Life and Death of Edgar Allan Poe by Caitlin Ertok. The beginning of our story is January 19th, 1809, where Edgar Poe was born. He was born in Boston to two parents who were actors. Here he is as a baby. Of course, this isn't really Poe as a baby. I just thought it'd be a cute image to include. His early family life. He was born to Eliza and David Poe, who were a cute couple, I'm sure. He had an older brother, Henry, and they lived in Boston, where they were both actors. Eliza had grown up there and enjoyed success as an actor early on. Both his parents were actors, although Eliza was more successful, which David did not enjoy at all. He had a older brother, Henry, and a younger sister, Rosalie. They were only a few years apart. At 6 weeks old, though, Edgar and Henry were sent to live at their paternal grandparents' house so his parents could focus on their acting career. David left early on and as an alcoholic. Mom truly tried her best balancing work and 3 children, but she was often sick. Beginning of misfortune. By age 5, both of Poe's parents had died. Yikes. After the death, the siblings were separated. Many psychologists take this as the beginning of Poe's, downfall. Poe would be raised by a foster family, and his sister Rosalie was also raised by a different foster family. Henry would be raised by his paternal grandparents. The Allans. These are the people that Poe would grow up with as mom and dad, John and Frances Adam. Not Adam. Foster kid life. Frances was much like Eliza in the sense of always being sick. My goodness. This kid could not catch a break. They left Poe like their own child, as they didn't have any children previous. They never formally adopted him, which was weird because they had Poe for the rest of his life, and he considered them mom and dad. They would move to London and Scotland for a couple times, and they would enroll him in private tutors and private academies. By the time Poe would be middle school age, they finally landed in Virginia after Mr. Allan's uncle died and left him a large inheritance. So what did they do with that large sum of money? They bought a giant mansion on a plantation there in Virginia. The key lesson here, though, Poe was a genius. He was trilingual in middle school. How crazy is that? Poe's later years. Although Poe was very smart in school, he was not very social. But his peers did regard him highly. They were probably just trying to copy off his homework, though. He would eventually fall in love with a young girl around his age. And John and Frances were super proud of his academic achievements. I mean, their kid was trilingual and would go on to become a famous writer. I'd be pretty proud too. College life. At 16 and a half, Poe went off to college, which was super common at the time. Crazy, right? Could you imagine being 16 and a half and moving away from your parents and everything? I know I couldn't. He attended University of Virginia, which was founded 1 year prior by Thomas Jefferson. How cool is that? Mr. Jefferson had handpicked the committee and the professors, so every person there was there because they were an expert, and they were handpicked by Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson there couldn't teach himself because he was in his 80s and was nearing his end. But Poe only attended for a year or so before Miss John Allan decided he would no longer pay for his schooling, as they had paid for private education his entire life. I mean, probably good. But Mrs. Allan died shortly after, and after that, Poe and John Allan were not so close. Poor kid, he had lost both his moms by the time he was like 20. Poor kid. After the college incident, Poe decided to try the military. He enlisted in the army and was a good soldier. His final rank was Sergeant Major, which I don't know much, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty good. John Allan sponsored his West Point education. After being in the military for 2 years, Poe decided it was time to go try the academy. He filled out all his paperwork and told John Allan about it. John Allan was super proud of his son and paid for his West Point education. Although after a while, Poe decided the whole military academy thing was not his thing. So he went to John Allan to have him sign off on the paperwork to get out of West Point. John Allan would not sign the paperwork. So Poe took matters into his own hands and deliberately got kicked out of West Point. Not your best move there, Poe. After his military career, he became a full-time writer, which would be pretty cool. But anyway, he had written a few poems and whatnot in the army, so he came with material ready. But his success as a writer did not come immediately, so he went to his father for help. But John Allan never replied to his letters and did not help him financially. He was rejected from a couple publishers a few times, but I mean, you've read some of his stories, so they're probably a little creeped out. He finally publishes a few pieces, which would be awesome, and he enjoys success as a writer. He wins a few writing contests, which leaves him with some good money back then, and he also sues a couple writers and companies for libel, and ends up with a sum of $225, which was a ton of money back then. In Poe's final years, John Allan dies and leaves nothing to Poe and completely disregards him as a son. That has got to hurt. Poe was probably in his 20s, 30s when John Allan dies, so to have both sets of parents die and to be disregarded by your own father, ouch. Poe marries his first cousin on his mother's side, Virginia Clem. She was very young when they got married. She was 13 and Poe was older. We'll leave it at that. Poe would go on to publish more of his work, which would create pretty good success for him as a writer. He would move up to New York and New England, where he would enjoy success as a writer for his final years. Unfortunately, now his wife dies of tuberculosis in February 1849. This poor guy cannot catch a break. He's literally 40 years old. Poe was found unconscious on a train and rushed to the hospital where he dies, October 1849. There was thought to be alcohol involved. You'd think watching his father, he would have learned better. Oh well. But that's the end. Edgar Allan Poe lived a short life, but an interesting full life. I'm sure if he was still alive, psychologists today would be all over him after experiencing so much in such little time. Anyway, you can still read Poe's work, as it's been regarded as some of the best literary pieces in the past 100 years. The people that rejected him and his father now are probably going, oh crap. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!